was a very lovely intro that makes me nervous because I won't be doing any Chuck Berry moves up here. I wish I had more announcements to make of things that the previous two speakers forgot. So I could just spend our time doing that. Anyhow, congratulations to the honorees of this year's 5 under 35. In doing research for tonight, I noticed that it had been pointed out on more than one occasion that this is the first time the group of 5 under 35 authors were all women. I have to say that personally, this fact seems very unremarkable. It would be weirder if the winners were all cats, or in kindergarten, which would make them way, way, way under 35. Or if somehow Twitter won all 5 spots, just for being the thing that we read the most. When I first heard of this award, I imagined that it was acknowledging 5 people who completed a book in under 35 hours. I pictured thousands of participants at the starting line, and then there was a panel, or perhaps referees, with the National Book Foundation logo affixed to a tweed blazer, or to a hoodie, which is the modern day blazer, wearing headbands and sweatbands that they found out later were not complimentary, and that these people were keeping time, making sure the writers followed the rules of the 35-hour race. For the marathon riders, there would be sustenance along the route. Water, coffee, Adderall, alcohol, therapists standing by, therapy dogs standing by for the emotional support that we can't get from human beings. Massage and acupuncture stations, standing desks, treadmill desks, hanging desks, mountain climbing desks, life coaches, former gym coaches who only call you by your last name, and who say confounding and just shy of profound mottos like, if you're gonna lose, lose like a winner. Sayings that still get you through dark, thankless moments. On the marathon sidelines would be your parents, to remind you how you've always wanted this, telling you again how you wrote a story when you were 16 about a Danish weekend warrior living in the spiritless suburbs who kills a giant possum, a story you described to your teacher as Beowulf meets Revolutionary Road. Friends who inspire you would be there to egg you on, but more importantly, so would friends whose lives have become very uninspiring. The thought of their Etsy page on which they're selling a knitted cozy for iPods and iPhones, that's the visual equivalent of the Rocky theme song, and drives you to achieve and keep writing. Also scattered along this 35-hour route would be holograms, a technology we cannot exploit enough. Of long-dead novelists to reassure you that writing books is still important, that people still have both the attention span and the hunger to read, that stories still need to be told. And that point you feel momentarily elated, filled with purpose and conviction. But seconds later, you wonder if a novel that consisted solely of headlines from Huffington Post would more likely become a bestseller. With a few hours left to go in the marathon, you think of a potential motto for the publishing industry. Kill a tree, save a book. It's mildly negative. It goes against your environmental leanings. But still, you think, since when did trees have it so good and books have it so hard? Trees are better off now than they've ever been. And that thought cheers you up, and you have a newfound energy, and you continue to write your novel with the iPad reader in mind, the digital reader. You imagine someone reading your book through a screen, the same screen which they view YouTube videos of piano-playing chickens, on the same screen where they've just favorited a picture on Instagram of the vegetable comeback of the decade, the Brussels sprout. You think to yourself, when everything is mediated through the same screen, the meaningful and the meaningless are conflated. But still, even this doesn't deter you. You keep writing, you see the finish line, you've barely slept, and finally, the 5 writers we're honoring here tonight finish. They win, all under 35 hours. Okay, I know that's not how it went down. I know that this award is not for a speed trial. Sure, maybe you did seek therapy or advice, or you found solace in depressants or stimulants, and you feel like a complete fraud and then a savior over and over again. But you didn't feel that way for 35 hours. You felt that way for years. And it's healthier to spread a feeling of self-loathing and torture out over a very long period of time. Fortunately for you, there are still plenty of readers, myself for one. Those of us striving to be loyal and committed to the moment, to a story, to the process, to the discovery. Those of us yearning to do more than merely dabble. Books, good books, they're immersive. They ask to be reckoned with, paid attention to, experienced. For any medium to ask anything of us at all anymore feels important. As readers, we can't simply witness or observe a book from afar. We have to live inside it, we have to go through it, and every time we do, we expand a version of our own lives. So thank you for asking something of us. Thank you for writing these books. I hope that you win this award every year until you're 35. And afterwards, that you win something acknowledging that you're not yet 40. And then we die. No, then after that, you get everything else you've ever wanted. So congratulations to the 5 under 35 writers. The National Book Award winners and finalists who have selected this year's 5 under 35 authors are, I feel like for the sake of just being fair, I will pronounce every name wrong. So if your name is Molly, I will pronounce it Molly. Jessamine Ward, fiction winner for Salvage the Bones 2011, who selected Molly, aka Molly Antipole. Gino Diaz, fiction finalist for This Is How You Lose Her 2012, who selected No Violet Bulawayo. Louise Erdrich, fiction winner for The Roundhouse 2012, who selected Amanda Copeland. Louise's daughter Palace will introduce Amanda tonight. Kevin Powers, fiction finalist for The Yellow Birds 2012, who selected Daisy Hilliard. Ben Fountain, fiction finalist for Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, who selected Merritt Tierce. It says here, Tierce rhymes with fierce, which is literally true. Fiona Mazel will introduce both Novila Buluwayo and Merritt Tierce this evening, just FYI. And please welcome Jessamine Ward. Thank you.